Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Joined with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Joseph.
Hello.
And Jehu.
Cuckoo!
We haven't done this in a long time.
We basically have taken 2 months off.
Yeah.
We took like a month off.
In our defense, I feel like the United States took the last month off just because every single person I know have ever met has been sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we didn't have justification to. I'm just stating the fact.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. We're going to talk about a movie that... Did people watch it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't watch it till you told me to watch it for the podcast, so I don't know if the word's out there, so we might be
I don't think it's
performing
in
a service.
Netflix's top 10. Speaking of Netflix's top 10, this is off topic.
That's fine.
Zack Snyder made a movie called Rebel Moon.
Yep.
Right? That movie got bumped out of Netflix's top 10 for Joss Whedon's Justice League.
Well, to be fair to Zack Snyder, while also calling him an idiot, maybe don't, before your movie comes out, say, oh man, this isn't even the real shit. I'm going to give you the real shit down the road.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you the director's cut that's a real... You know, he's like a... My friend Austin made this analogy. He's like a drug dealer who gives you some shitty stuff, but says, but you're going to have to pay for the good stuff. Well, why do I even have the shitty stuff?
Especially on streaming.
Right.
Just do the thing
Right.
the first time. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Zack Snyder forever. I just thought that was funny.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about The Killer, starring Michael Fassbender.
Yep.
And Kate Blanchett for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton?
Is it? Tilda
Swinton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
They're the same.
I totally disagree.
Another lady who, for a second, I thought, oh, Tilda Swinton looks different. Like it was close enough, but it wasn't Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they could do the exact same roles their entire career, and you would be just as complimentary of both of them.
Fundamentally disagree.
Do you think one's worse than the other?
I do.
What?
Yes.
Which one's worse than the other?
Look, I've never seen Tilda Swinton and been sad that Tilda Swinton was there.
Oh, dude, I think they're both great.
I'm
a big fan of both of them.
This is not what this podcast is about, but
I'm just shocked that you think one is significantly better than the other.
I don't dislike Kate Blanchett. I just think Tilda Swinton's better.
I'm gonna go with Liz Lemon's take on Kate Blanchett. Is she good or is she just tall?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I've been rewatching 30 Rock. And it's the funniest show ever made.
It really is.
Kate's never seen it, and I think that makes me enjoy the jokes more.
Right.
And two, God, they knew so much shit before it happened.
Oh, 100%.
The Jefferson bit is Hamilton.
Yeah.
And that's 7 years before Hamilton.
Know.
Insane.
They do the Cosby thing years before it comes out, and it's hilarious.
To be fair, it's quite possible that Lin-Manuel was watching 30 Rock. He's like, hey.
Yeah, this seems like a good idea. Minorities telling founding fathers stories? I'm in.
I mean, it might have just been a hold my beer moment. Oh, they're doing this as a joke? What if I actually did this?
What if I did it? All of this is more entertaining than The Killer. The Killer, I'll start, it's trash. It's terrible. I did not enjoy it at all. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. All the lines of dialogue are a bunch of cliches. Michael Fassbender you talk about a guy that I don't know if he's any good or not. He's just worse Tom Hiddleston, in my opinion, at this point. They're both awkwardly skinny, kind of creepy British dudes that the world generally really finds attractive. And I didn't enjoy this movie. I'm upset you made me watch it.
I'm not upset about it. 'Cause I felt like it was going to drive some content, and I feel good so far about how this is going. I should mention this. I don't know if you mentioned it up top. This is David Fincher's latest film.
That's important too.
It is important. His latest thing since Mank, I think, was his last movie.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another thing about this that I can't remember that I was going to say. Oh, yeah, it's also based off a French graphic novel.
Right.
It is like the inspiration for the story.
From dudes I know that have read it, they said loosely.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't have the same problems that you did. I absolutely don't think it's one of Fincher's best things. I think its greatest sin is that it's just not very memorable. But the thing that I think is I want to talk about more as we go into it is who is this for and about? And I'm not sure, and that's why I want to talk about it.
I think I know who it's for.
Yeah.
First of all, I did enjoy it, but I'm going to spend a lot of time complaining about it. There's not an original moment in this movie.
No. Mm-mm.
Which is fine. Like, you can put a bunch of stuff that's not original together and still do something with it. But I do think if we haven't before now, we just need to make John Wick a genre. You know, you're doing a
John Wick, yeah.
Like, there's so many at this point, I can't even think of examples. It's like trying to think of examples of Air, you know? But as for who it's for, I 100% think somebody told David Fincher, hey, man, 20-year-old misanthropes who just found out that the world is all bullshit, they're not hanging up that Fight Club poster on their dorm room wall anymore.
No, that's 100%.
We've got to get that demographic back. The first 20 minutes of this is so Fincher that if you would have told me it's someone doing a bit on Fincher, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense.
No, I definitely think that's one of my big complaints is the first 20 minutes of this.
Right.
And a lot of it is that it was exactly what you're saying.
Right.
It's the worst part of Fight Club.
Right.
And it's just the worst part of Fight Club.
So this is what I wanted to talk about, because I feel like, and I don't know if this is like a new thing. It feels like a new thing to me, but I think that's just like a general kind of like bias thing. But I feel like we've divided criticism up into like critiquing a work on its merits and critiquing a work on like its agenda and the people who are attached to it.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's like a good or a bad thing. I just
wonder if you're going to start complaining about woke people again, like you did the last time.
It's a thing that we do. It's a thing that I think most people do.
Right.
I don't know if it's like right or wrong or whatever. I think it's fine. But I also got that impression as I was watching the beginning of this movie,
right?
Because it's like, there's, I don't know, it literally transitioned from Michael Fassbender being like, how do I do what I do? Because I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And then he puts in his earbud and it's the Smiths playing, right?
And so much Smiths.
And I was like, but that's the thing. Like, I was like, oh God, what is this? And then like the longer it went on, and the fact that the only thing on his iPod is the Smiths,
right.
I was like, is Fincher making fun of the people who like Fight Club?
Right.
I think he is. I think that this character is supposed to be kind of a parody of the personality, exactly that like 20-year-old misanthrope who like remembers a couple Nietzsche lines.
Yeah, dude, I was just about to say who discovered Nietzsche. It was what's in my head.
I don't know. It's just so funny because it definitely is like, it's very much his like, I don't know if his target audience, but definitely like the audience that's attached themselves to David Fincher.
Right.
I don't know if I do think the irony there is intentional.
Right.
I'm not sure it is, because people I know who love Fight Club are the only people I know who enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, that oftentimes happens. You can make
That's
something
true.
that's making fun of the audience.
They don't know they're in the joke.
Yeah. So that was what struck me about this movie. Not really anything about this movie, but about like, I feel like there's a Mount Rushmore of basic white guy directors, right?
Right.
You got your like Tarantinos,
right.
your Nolans, fucking Snyder, maybe, I don't know, those guys. I definitely feel like Fincher is on there.
Oh yeah.
But to like recognize that is one of your key demographics, and to be like, you guys are kind of assholes. It's kind of great. I love that.
Right.
I don't know if we care about spoilers.
No, spoilers from here on out.
I mean, there's nothing to spoil in this movie.
There's again, as Hurt mentioned, there's nothing interesting or original about this movie. It's pure execution, and the execution is also fine.
I'll name drop this guy for the second time in this podcast. My buddy Austin also had a good take on this. He felt like it was a critique of consumerism, because essentially this is all one big customer service issue. This is him journeying to speak to the manager.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So I kind of have two major issues with this movie. Number one, we've already hit on it a bunch. I loathe the internal monologue at the beginning, because it's just like one cliche after another, which is like some bullshit of, if he said something about like the tortoise beat the hare because the hare wasn't clever, so I got to wake up in the morning and be clever and be the hare. and you're like, what the fuck are you saying?
Right.
Like it's just all bullshit.
It does seem like a person who thinks he's more interesting than he is, but he's doing that to himself.
Yes.
Like he's not even trying to impress some bitches with that. He's just talking
all to himself.
Yeah.
I hate it. And then the movie, so it's like for the first 20 minutes is Fight Club, and then the last hour and a half, this movie's way too long, is Taken, but there's no like rising and falling. He only wins. He's never. There's no challenges. Every time he knows exactly what he needs to do to complete the task in front of him.
Right. One other thing I was going to say about this movie's lack of originality. Michael Fassbender's already made this fucking movie. He was just, instead of Michael Fassbender, he was the guy in Florida.
What movie is that?
Haywire. Haywire's this exact same movie.
Yeah. The part in Florida is the best bit in the movie.
Also, by the way, continuity. I'm not even usually big on continuity errors, but I just loved this one. They were not in Florida when they were in Florida. The Bromart is in New Orleans. The Bromart isn't in anywhere else.
I thought to myself, this still seems like Louisiana.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't have much else to say. I hate this movie.
I feel like I'm going to go down a minor rabbit hole here.
Go ahead.
A minor anime rabbit hole because
Sure.
I'm here. There's a very popular anime and series of anime that copy it, which is Sword Art Online. Mm-hmm. And the main character in that show is a guy who's like generally like kind of nice. Like kind of on
Dude, he's just laying him down.
Everyone loves him,
including his own sister.
Girls especially, right. But everyone loves him, and he's just good at everything all the time.
Kirito.
And there's no real challenges for him. You're right, Kirito. And it's fine. It's a very popular format. It's a thing that is still being replicated every season in anime. There is another show that is almost the exact same show called Rising of the Shield Hero, where pretty much every factor is the same, except for instead of every single person on Earth liking the person, there are like 4 or 5 really big shitbags that dislike them for no good reason, but really don't pose any real threat to them.
Right.
But because those 4 or 5 people really hate them, our main character gets to feel like they're really fucking persecuted.
Right.
And somehow in my heart, this is a worse power fantasy to me. Because it's not just like, oh, I get to be like the awesome guy that everyone likes. It's just like, I get all those benefits, but also I get to be an asshole about it because it's justified.
Isn't that the worst kind of person?
No, for sure. But that's 100% like that's what this comic is going for. And I don't know. I really think if they played it straighter, and apparently they were gonna play it straighter. Apparently the Smiths thing was a pure accident.
Oh, really?
They was gonna be like Smith's like soundtrack, but then as they were getting into the music acquisition rights, they were like, oh, they're all with different production companies, and it was getting getting expensive, so they just kept replacing it with Smiths. And then David Fincher's like, it would be really funny, and it was really funny.
I mean, it was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah. I kind of knew it because you had already sent a text about it.
Right.
But it still is really shocking that every time a song starts.
Right.
It was, what it reminded me of is that, there was that little bit, Sturgill Simpson had, the anime record on Netflix or whatever. Right. It was like he made a movie just for Smith.
Oh, 100%. It seemed like it was well, the part of this that I'm actually passionate about is putting Smith songs in the soundtrack. The rest of it, whatever. But I'm going to be able to put, my 9 favorite Smith songs.
Honest to God, that's a better justification for its existence than anything else.
Right.
If he just was I don't really give a shit about the rest of it, I just want the scenes to fit the Smith songs I want played,
right.
I'm far more on board.
Right.
What I'm gathering from this review is that Christian hasn't forgiven his 20-year-old self yet. He's still working on that.
Right.
Yeah, I just hate that guy.
Right. Well, I definitely, whenever I encounter that guy, I still hate that guy. But luckily, since I'm a hermit, I don't run into him at all. But anytime I run into anyone who reminds me of me at 20, I just can't fucking stand it.
Dude, I work on a Navy base.
Oh, you only run into
that would change my opinion. Fair enough.
You said this reminded you of an anime, and you said that this had no dramatic tension because he just kept winning.
Yeah.
It reminded me, there's this 80s horror, I put in quotation marks movies here, called The Wraith. And it's about a haunted car that's out for revenge. But you're rooting for the car because everybody he kills deserves it. And he succeeds easily every single time. And then the movie's over.
I like that.
Yeah, I think you would probably have more fun watching that because it's a little more campy and somehow more self-aware than this movie that's...
Yeah, Joseph seems to think it is self-aware, but I don't.
Right.
My question is, did they know it was shit? Because I didn't see an ounce of press.
There was no marketing for this at all.
Yeah, Michael Fassbender ain't showing up on Smart Lists.
Also,
like
apparently,
David
this is the first movie he's been in since fucking Dark Phoenix.
No fucking way. That cannot be true. Did that hurt him that bad?
I don't know.
I mean, it should have.
Yeah.
They all should have quit after.
I will say, his boring tourist outfit, I would wear that.
I love the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like that he's like, I saw a tourist in Amsterdam, and that's it.
Right.
That's my cover. That I was on board with.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I do think it's self-aware. I love how much his inner monologue conflicts with just what a basic asshole he is.
Right.
like all of his aliases are fucking TV references.
Right.
And yeah, he's like I don't have any feelings, but all he does is care about this fucking family that's his safe house, and
right.
he breaks all of his dumb rules because that's what matters to him. I don't know. I think it's I don't know if critique, because it is a story about that person, but it's also showing that person isn't the person they think they are.
Right.
Yeah, my favorite part of this movie
is when it's over.
That's a big one. Is when he accidentally kills the guy with the nail gun. Because the guy takes...
Oh, that's very funny.
He takes 3 nails to the chest, and he's talking to him. He's like, oh, fuck. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? You're such a good assassin. You're like, I'm going to puncture this guy's lung. Surely he won't die.
Right.
Fuck this movie, dude.
It's better than Transformers.
It's worse
I'd
than
watch
Transformers.
it again.
I had fun with it.
Can I say, honestly, to me, the biggest sin it committed is when you're gonna have a character that you've built up as the brute, and everybody who we've talked to is talking about what a big fucking guy this is. I understand Hollywood's just ruined it for us,
right?
But if they're not at least as big as The Rock, they're not a big guy to me anymore. Right.
Oh, that guy would destroy Michael Fassbender.
He would kill me. He would kill you. But in movie terms, he's he's a side character on a Fast and Furious movie.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but there is no chance in hell Michael Fassbender wins that fight between those two dudes.
In a die-hard heist picture, he's not even the big badass that John McClane has to fight. He's the big badass's brother.
Yeah.
That makes him, he's still a big fucking dude, but... he's not the biggest fucking dude.
No, my son has become obsessed with Indiana Jones. It's the most successful thing I've done.
I was about to say, you must be so proud.
Yeah, dude. We watch it all the fucking time. And I've gotten to where if you... I'm convinced the biggest guy ever to star in a movie is that giant fucking Nazi at the end of Raiders.
Yeah.
That guy is massive.
Yeah.
Who else is bigger?
So that he's also the big guy he fights in Temple of Doom, right?
Yeah.
Which I just love.
Yeah.
He was supposed to come back for the third one too.
Last Crusade.
Yeah, they for some reason it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite tropes in movies. The guy is just fucking big for no reason.
Right.
Oh, it's a great trope.
Yeah. Anything else on this one?
God, no.
Listen to the Smiths. Better than Transformers.
Sure.
Oh, I will agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm in on that.
Yeah. The Killers, not the Killers, that's a band. Also better than Transformers, but the Killer, split decision.
I also agree the Killers are better than Transformers.
Right.
The Killers, not.
Well, what have we been watching? But we do have a couple of emails.
Oh, shit.
Actually.
People saying, where the fuck are you guys?
We'll get to that in a second. We got an email from our buddy Zach's mom, Karen.
Oh, cool.
She says, a couple of questions on your recent guest appearance on Broke Box Office. Sorry, I was recently on Zach's podcast, Broke Box Office, right. About a money grab of a video game. It's a money grab based on another video game that I used to play in my childhood that now I just spend 20 minutes of my day every day for the last 6 years doing. And the game is Fire Emblem Heroes. A couple of questions about your recent guest appearance on Broke Box Office. First, if you ever have a child, will you teach them to play Fire Emblem? No. I would teach them to play the real game, but not the money grab that's been wasting my life for 6 years.
That's a mobile game, right?
It is a mobile game. It is what I do when I'm pooping. And then follow-up question.
You poop for 20 minutes?
Look, I don't have a hard job.
I take my time in there.
I'm not in a rush.
I think if you were in the office, that's more of an excuse for poop 20 minutes.
No, for sure.
At home,
I got a lot of stuff to do on the Fire Emblem Heroes. I've been doing it for a long time. Anyway, follow-up question. Since her sons don't live here, would you be willing to tutor a 66-year-old who's been trying to learn? I can give it a shot. I don't recommend it. It's not a good use of your time, but...
I appreciate that she wants to learn.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Karen.
So glad to have a new podcast to listen to since theirs has been so sporadic. Thanks, a new listener. Sorry, Karen.
We've been pretty sporadic.
I also, as you guys know, maybe now you might actually not know because you don't pay attention. We switched emails midway through this podcast. We used to be better than Transformers at gmail.com because our podcast was better or worse than Transformers.
Right.
I never checked that email.
There's just a shit ton of emails. There's like brand deals in there.
We have one from October from a friend of yours, Heard. Says, from these guys. Good afternoon, as distinguished gentlemen of the Real Phonies podcast. I am the co-host of another podcast of which you have discussed on your show with Ed called More Than Meets the Guy.
Yeah.
These guys. I see, I did it too. While I take great offense to your rating system, it is also a good grading system. Transformers is sometimes better than Transformers. But then Transformers is far worse than Transformers, so I see the merit in it. Your recent show on Disney Plus limited series Ahsoka prompted me to stop listening to the Basement Knuckle Draggers and give it a chance. Big fan. Your constant love of Rebels prompted me to give that another try, and I am here for it. Both are better than Transformers, but only because Thirst Trap's stuttering Shias repeating "Go, go, go" and bass explosions do not make a match for movie. I have sent the autograph photo to Mr. Jehu as I promised in our letter to our show. I look forward to your future episodes. I have started the unofficial Real Phonies Angel Fire Sprite Heavy fan group. I don't know what that is. For some reason, the Flash isn't working, but I will prevail. Humbly yours and grumbly nerddom, Evan Johns, half of these guys.
That's awesome.
I think what you not knowing about that is you being 10 years younger than me. It was the bottom of the barrel of the early internet.
I see.
It was a great email.
This would be a good time to plug. I'm going to be on their next episode of their podcast.
Man, I never get asked to be on podcast.
I thought you were always on other podcasts.
You were for a while.
I thought most of the reason you missed this one is because you were on other podcasts.
Yeah.
They're about to be to my favorite episode of the old Transformers cartoon, so I'm hopping in for a guest appearance.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everybody for writing in.
We appreciate the emails.
I always appreciate some interaction. It's nice to know people are out there. Anyway, with that said, what have we been watching the month of December, guys?
Yeah, listen, there's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to do my best to
pick
make
your
it
best
quick.
ones.
I'll start with this. So I was sick as a dog. That's one of the reasons we didn't record. I was sick for like 2 weeks. And, of course, I did what any white millennial does when they're sick. I watched Harry Potter.
Of course, comfort.
And I've talked at length about Harry Potter in the time we've done this podcast. I have nothing new to add. But I will say one of my biggest complaints about Harry Potter, books, movies, everything, is there's the lack of teen pregnancy.
They don't talk about it, but there's actually a spell for that.
Yeah, abortio feticio or whatever. Like, there's got to be a plan B spell that we don't address.
Right.
Because those kids would be just banging.
Right.
All the time.
100%. They're barely supervised.
Sure. Totally agree. If you put me, 16, locked up in a castle with endless rooms with females, nah, dude, it's over, dog. But I watched them on Peacock.
Right.
And Peacock does this weird thing where there are commercial breaks, but there are no commercials. So, like, it fades out, but then fades right back in.
Right.
But also, they're, like, extended versions. There are scenes that are not in, like, the regular version.
Right.
And one of them, in Goblet of Fire, during the Yule Ball, is just Snape going around to dark corners and ripping teenagers out. and I fucking loved it. It made all the difference in the world.
That might sway me on Goblet of Fire. Just that one detail.
It's so great.
This might be too much information, but also it's probably something anyone could guess. That sounds like Sarah Gaucher's kink.
Oh, man. I have another story that's similar to that one. But, yeah, no. Better than Transformers.
I will say, though, there being no teen pregnancy is not proof that there wasn't fucking in the tent. There was fucking in the tent. Hermione's just prepared,
Yeah. For sure. She's ready to go.
Condom Aperio or whatever,
Yeah. It just flies right out of that bag.
Right.
The only other thing I want to talk about is Scavenger's Reign. Did you watch it?
I still haven't watched it yet.
Dude, it's the best fucking show. Like, it's the best show from last year. It's on HBO. I got HBO just so I could watch the show. It's animated. It's very much, Joseph, when I told Joseph about it, he looked it up and he's like, this seems like our wheelhouse. Yeah, it's like Alex Garland-y to the max. And because it's animated, like, it can go as far as it wants. The general plot is it's a spaceship transporting goods. You don't know what they're transporting. There are some crew members that are awake and some crew members that are in cryo sleep. And an event happens that they have to, the ones who are awake, hit the escape button, and they all fly in escape pods and they land on a planet. And in the very first episode, you don't see really any of that. You just kind of start with these different escape pods landing on the planet and them figuring out how to initiate the emergency landing sequence. So the ship lands, and now everyone sees it, and they're all trying to get to the ship. And it's like fucking Annihilation. Like, the planet's very kind of fungusy, parasite-y, and there's a little bit of body horror. It's just fucking killer sci-fi.
Right.
It is well worth your time. It's, I would say, my favorite show of last year. I mean, it's really fucking good.
What was this called again?
Scavenger's Reign.
Right on.
The animation style looks really awesome.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. When you first said that name, I kind of zoned out again because I was like, "Oh, another D&D podcast." Yeah. but that sounds cool.
It's well worth your time. I did it in a day. I could not stop watching.
Right on.
It's really good. That's it.
All right. I've got 3 things to talk about, but I'll try to tear through them.
It doesn't matter.
First thing, a movie I've been putting off for 6 years. I'm not even sure why. A modern day Western with Jeff Bridges in it. Why would I put that off?
That's crazy you haven't seen it, but all right.
I watched Hell and High Water.
Yeah.
And I fucking love this movie.
Great
this movie is a great. Man.
Is that Tyler Sheridan?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think what I really like about it is it has like a very well-worn trope of, criminal brothers, one of them who's kind of together and solid and wants to limit liability, and another one who just wants to fuck shit up. And by the end of those movies, you always hate the one who fucked shit up because he's the one that makes it all go wrong. But this is done well enough where I still relate to that guy at the end of the movie. I still like him. He did fuck everything up. It is his fault everything goes wrong, but he was a likable dude.
Ben Foster is perfect for that exact role and nothing else.
He's made a career of it. He's tried other things.
No, he's tried being a lead. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. But
I will say, do you have more thoughts on that?
No, go ahead.
I will say, if you like that specific trope, you need to watch The Sisters Brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fucking good.
Right on.
Yeah, and it's also that
2 years ago, 2 or 3,
maybe 3 or 4. Yeah,
fucking 2020 messed up time.
Right on. That is true. There's 3 years there to this 1 year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved the ending of this movie, and I won't talk about it just because I want anyone who hasn't watched it to watch this movie. And you brought up Tyler Sheridan. After
Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah,
Taylor Sheridan.
There's an actor that's Tyler Sheridan and a director that is Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah. I was reading up, trivia about this after I watched it, and apparently he was reading Lonesome Dove while he wrote this, so that's right in my pocket.
For Jehu.
That's why he does westerns. That's why he says that's why he got in the movie business, was because he fucking loves Lonesome Dove.
Well, definitely the gas station scene, that's right out of Lonesome Dove. Mm-hmm. So now I'm thinking of trying out Yellowstone. So anybody in our podcast who, I always mention that I'm older than you guys, who are wondering how old I am exactly thinking of trying out Yellowstone years old.
Kurt, I have seen enough clips of Yellowstone to know it's not going to scratch the same itch.
I don't think it's for you. I do think I have heard people describe Yellowstone as basically having no plot, right?
Right.
Like, it's just the show about these characters. But like 1883, that's probably more...
Right, the spin-offs seem like they're better than the actual thing, totally. Other thing I watched Iron Claw. You guys know I've been super excited about this movie.
Dude, I want to see it.
I will say I thought it was a really good movie.
Don't they erase one of the brothers?
That's the first thing. There's so many dead brothers in this family, they just had to write one out. Mm-hmm. They said Dead Brother 3 and Dead Brother 4 basically are the same dead brother, so we're just going to forget one of them, which is crazy.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I just heard that like a week ago, and I was like, that feels wrong.
The thing about it is, I don't think they did a good enough job on the highs. For the end of Goodfellas to land, you got to have the big heist at the airport. For everything that's shitty in the 80s and Boogie Nights, for you to really feel it, you have to have all the awesome shit in the 70s. I just don't think, and I think it's partially because of budget. I think A24 is like a low-budget-ish studio, that they just can't really show the peaks like they should. Particularly, I don't think they spend enough time on the Freebirds feud, which is like wrestling 101. It's just, great shit. It was a highlight of their career. Also, these things are, of course, going to have inconsistencies. Any IOP is going to have inconsistencies, but this one had some pretty glaring ones. The omission of the brother being one.
When you say inconsistencies, you mean inaccuracies.
Inaccuracies.
Yeah.
Inaccuracies was the word I was reaching for there. Yeah, they just completely changed the reasoning why one of the brothers committed suicide. But the one that got on my nerves the most, the character that Zac Efron plays, Kevin Von Erich, when he first sleeps with his what would become his wife in this, he says that he's a virgin. And that's just such bullshit. The fucking Von Erichs in Texas in the early 80s were like Wilt Chamberlain, Warren Beatty, and fucking Gene Simmons all rolled into one. Yeah. If you were born in Texas after 1980s, you're probably a Von Erich descendant. Like, those guys just did so much fucking and partying. It was just way too much of trying to make what their public persona of like good boys was actually a thing in this movie, and I didn't dig that. But I still highly recommend seeing this movie. Good performances.
You did just complain a lot about it.
I always complain about movies that I like. Yeah. I don't know why. One thing I feel some kinship for, I'd never noticed before this, Zac Efron's got kind of a gimpy eye. I always feel kinship with guys with gimpy eyes. One of his eyes doesn't open as much as the other.
I think that's pretty common.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For the third thing, I will have to clarify that we have not moved to Joseph's turn. This is still me. I watched The Boy and the Heron.
Hey!
Did you watch it?
I did. I wasn't even going to talk about it because
I haven't seen it yet.
Man, well worth, if it's still playing in town, going and watching.
I think it's only like one showtime a day, but I think it is still in.
It's just so nice to be seeing hand-drawn animation on the big screen, particularly really, really great hand-drawn animation. This movie is really long, and it feels really long, but not in a bad way. Like, it feels epic.
Yeah, it does. Like, it's a very big scope kind of thing, yeah.
And it feels like three different movies. There's the first movie that's just about a boy in his life, and then there's the middle movie that's kind of a weird Alice in Wonderland horror thing, and then there's just a fantasy adventure at the end. And it's, I loved it. I thought it was great.
I also really loved it. It's definitely, so apparently this is based on, and I guess it is just an adaptation of Hayao Miyazaki's favorite childhood book.
Oh, right on.
And that makes sense because all of his movies are kind of just versions of this.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I say that to say that's not a bad thing.
Right.
I still,
he's good at that thing.
He's so good at that thing, and it's so nice to just go and really be like transported into like this like really deep fantasy kind of thing. It's very good. It's very beautiful. I also better the Transformers. Yeah.
I'm really a big fan of, which is just something that I don't think a lot of modern movie and TV watchers can handle. Introducing something really weird and just not explaining.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot of that. I particularly loved that.
It's funny to me because I think I feel like there's a reputation for that in the Miyazaki movies, but I feel like I don't think it's that bad for most of them. I think this one and Howl's are the worst ones for that. They're both adapted from things that I think both of those things probably explain more, but Miyazaki's just like, we don't need that shit. It doesn't matter.
You didn't need to know why this bird is also a weird Danny DeVito creature.
Yeah. Boy, the body horror on that fucking bird is like crazy. If I saw that as like a baby, I would have nightmares about it.
It's really upsetting.
It's very unsettling.
Probably the best compliment I can give this movie is Sarah will not watch a movie 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
She will not watch a movie 2 weeks in a row. She's got to have some time. But she saw this on a Sunday and then went back and saw it on a Monday.
All right.
So, good movie.
Wow. Pretty cool. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. I gotta dig way back for this one, but I also don't feel like I can just let it slide. At the beginning of December, I went to see John Mulaney in concert.
Right on!
For no apparent reason, he came to Biloxi, Mississippi,
right.
Which I don't think he will do again, considering he spent the first 10-ish minutes of his set just destroying Biloxi, Mississippi. Just like systematically dismantling it. Which was, I mean, to be fair, very funny, and I'm recognizing that if he gets this special recorded, that bit won't be in there,
right.
Which is a bummer. It was, I mean, like, he's very good. He's very, his opener was good. He's still very good. The thing that I was worried about coming into it, we talked about when his special came out, which is the one that you saw in person, Hurt, which is that I was afraid that, like, post the image change, post the rehab, it was just going to be drug war stories.
Right.
And I'm pleased to report that didn't come up fucking at all.
Right. He maybe got it out of his system.
Well, you're right. Yeah. It was he did the thing about it at the time that it was appropriate, and then like went back to writing jokes.
Right.
And I love that. It's going to be a great special when it comes out. I will say the closer, at least at the show that I was at, he tells a long story about him and his relationship to his kind of reluctant tour bus driver named Randy for the last year for the previous tour.
Right.
And I will say that Randy both feels like a Jason Hurt character, a character from Jason Hurt's life, right. And the story about Randy was told in a way that I feel like Jason Hurt would tell it, which is, I feel like, to me, a compliment both to John Mulaney and Jason Hurt.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
It's very good. I can't wait for it to come out. But great times. Look, shit, there's a lot of anime that I can't catch up on. The only one from the last season that I haven't talked about that is worth talking about is the 100 Girlfriends That Really, 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 Really Like You.
Gotta love an anime name.
For sure. Right. So the general idea of the plot is soulmates are real, and by accident, God was filling out paperwork while watching TV, and instead of giving this kid one, he gave him 100 soulmates.
Dude, it's an ad for polyamory, bro.
For sure. The minor twist to that is once you meet your soulmate, you immediately know that they're your soulmate. And you both love each other, like, boundlessly.
Right.
But if you don't end up together with your soulmate, they die of heartbreak.
Oh, God. So he's going to have to choose one and kill 99.
He has to keep 100 girlfriends all happy at the same time.
This is definitely someone trying to justify something.
Yeah.
Well, working through some shit in there.
So let me tell you. So I would liken this anime. So, like, the harem genre has been around for, like, decades. Like, longer than I've been alive.
Right.
A good bit. I think this show is to the harem genre what Watchmen is to, like, general comics. Which, I know you've talked about Hurt. Like, it's weird that people start on Watchmen, but a lot of people start on Watchmen and like it and like enjoy that story. And I totally think it's accessible to somebody who's never watched a harem anime before because it gets what's funny about the genre and plays it up to all of those things up to the highest degree possible. Which I can say for most other harem animes, that's not true. But definitely, if you've got a few other harem anime under your belt, you will enjoy it more because it's all the tropes you're familiar with, but just in ridiculous degrees that have never been done before. It's a good time. I'm not even going to say it's like a trash good time. I think it is like genuinely well made and like genuinely funny.
What is it on? Crunchyroll?
Of course, Crunchyroll. But yeah, 100 Girlfriends, really, really, however many really loved you. better than Transformers. Minor Christmas interlude. My wife and I watched. Oh no, what is the name of that movie? Oh no, it's the one with the flashcards. Love Actually. We watched Love Actually for the first time.
You've never seen Love Actually?
That shit sucks balls.
Man, there are some white girls who are ready to fight you right now.
Man.
It's fine.
Half of the characters are like moral monsters, and the other half just don't need to be in the movie at all.
There's a lot of people in
and I don't really understand like what the point of any of it is.
I will say, I mean, we talk about different times thing, but man, the times really does change that one.
I mean, that's probably true.
None of those people seemed like bad people when it came out, and now they kind of all do.
They all do. It's worse than Transformers. It is funny because it's one of those things where some of my wife's friends and people she sees online talk about like their favorite Christmas movies, and Love Actually was showing up, and she's like, "Oh, maybe we should watch Love Actually." But what she forgets is that she hates movies more than I do. Right. I know you guys think that I'm like the downer on this podcast, right. But she is way more critical of shit than
I believe that.
So I don't think we're going to be watching any new Christmas movies for a while.
I just watched Klaus, dude.
I will also mention, after watching this, because Billy Bob Thornton is in this movie
right.
as the American president, which is, I like that
yeah, sure.
in general. But I realized that Billy Bob Thornton and Timothy Olyphant walk the same. And I feel like they should be paired up in something together.
I mean, they would make a very good brother crime movie,
That's what
guys.
I'm saying.
Even though, even though Billy Bob's already done his brother crime movie.
Who cares?
Man, this gives me an excellent opportunity to brag about my Christmas. I had the best Christmas ever. My mom bailed on Christmas, so me and Sarah were like, fuck, we can just do whatever we want. So what we wanted was we went and ate at King's Buffet, and then came home and laid in bed and watched Gremlins 1 and Gremlins 2. It was fucking awesome. And
those are Christmas movies.
Those are. Have you guys ever watched the Key and Peele skit about the pitch for Gremlins 2?
No.
Even if you haven't watched Gremlins 2, go watch it. It's fucking hilarious. Gremlins 2 might be more hilarious if you watch this before it. Because the thing about Gremlins 2, if you out there in podcast land have not seen it, it's ridiculous. The first one's kind of silly, kind of makes fun of the genre a little bit. The second one, there's just a point where they break the fourth wall and kill Leonard Maltin, and then it just goes off the rails for the last hour. I love it. Better than Transformers.
Very good. I will also say, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it yet because it's not over, but if you're not watching Fargo, that shit is hitting.
I'm starting tomorrow night.
There's like 2 more episodes. There's time to catch up, but it's very good.
I know Ian's nuts for it.
Yeah. Look, we don't always agree on things, but he's right on this one.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's it for this week. Mm-hmm. Do we know what we want to do for next week?
Have you guys watched What If?
No. Is it worth it?
We could do.
I think it's much better than the first season.
Okay.
I mean, we also are we due for like a year-end thing?
I meant to do a year-end thing. To be fair, I haven't watched that many things this year.
Yeah, I'd almost rather do like what we hope is good in 2024 because I don't feel like I watched that much shit.
Yeah. I mean, I do think if I was trying to name my top 5 best movies this year, it might be naming the 5 movies I saw.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to talk about how, but Ian knows exactly how many movies and what I watched this year, and he recited it to me the other day, and I was like, I sound pretty lame, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched the Eras tour. Fucking fine. I don't get it.
That's okay. It's not for you.
It's not for me. That's for sure.
The thing is, I went through this little phase where I decided I'm on board with Tay-Tay.
Yeah, I remember that.
And now I'm back off board. She made $1 billion on her last tour. Fuck her.
I mean, Cruel Summer is a fucking bop, though. That song is...
I mean, I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying... I don't know, man. That's just a lot of money to make on a tour.
100%. I think there should be trained snipers everywhere in the world, and the moment somebody's net worth crosses $1 billion, they get shot in the head and just get spread out like fucking Sonic coins for people to pick up.
I mean, she gave people like $100,000 bonuses on her tour. Like that's
good.
Pretty impressive.
I'm glad about that, but also like there's fucking mothers paying $300 for tickets.
I mean, I agree. I guess that I just latched onto that because the only bonus I've ever gotten in my life was a honey baked ham. That's a honest to God true story.
I mean, that's fair.
A membership to the Jelly of the Month Club.
All right, so next week, maybe year-end,
Whatever,
maybe
fine.
what if. Yeah,
We might not even have a podcast next week.
Who knows?
I mean,
yeah, but yeah, thanks for hanging in there with us. We're gonna, hopefully, knock on wood, gonna be doing back to more regularly. But thank you guys for listening. Please rate, subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast. If you want to tell us what you thought about The Killer, what do you think it's self-aware?
did you watch it?
Actually? That is a better question.
Were you aware it existed before we brought it up?
Yeah. You can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies, on Instagram, real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans, Short, and Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys later.
Later.